This may be a little better for me.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. We're live. What's up? What's up, Facebook Live? What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing out there in this wonderful, wonderful world? We just happen to be in Chicago. I'm happen to be in Chicago, so I'm doing this from a restaurant right now, and I am so happy to have happy to have all these guests here. And I want you guys to go ahead and actually let's wait a little while and let's wait for a couple of people to come on, and then we're gonna start. All right.
Okay.
All right. So what y'all been doing today?
I told you I have been so busy. It's
Same
it's
here.
been a, it's been a very busy day. You know, I have that event tomorrow, so I
That's
was
right.
grinding, setting up. The whole week was busy actually. By the
Is
time
that
I
right?
finished all of my to-do list.
Okay. All right. All right. We got folks coming on. We got folks coming on. So y'all need to go ahead and get those questions in. We have a few. All right. I'll see y'all later. Hopefully this call won't be like my other call. Remember, I was in Vegas about 3 weeks ago. Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
call was bad because I
Yep.
was at a softball tournament and it just kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. But today is gonna be better. I called to make sure that it's gonna be better.
That was me.
So
I called myself going into a different room so I could get a different setting.
I
And
like that.
then I couldn't find my earbuds. Then I was going to go into my meeting space and I couldn't get back in there without going to the guy to get the key. I just like, oh, just forget it. Go to the room. Just sit down. Go sit down.
Yeah, I see your background, girl. You are all dressed up, all looking sexy, and then you got the bed back there with the pillow going.
You
Hey,
know
what
what?
kind of mood? Hey, what kind of mood you trying to put people in, huh?
You know a good one.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's
A
good.
good mood.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, y'all. I want to welcome y'all to Friday night, the Doctor of Love Friday. I am Stephen Pierce, the Doctor of Love, former president of the NFL Players, former wide receiver of the Cleveland Browns, and we're here to talk about love and relationships. Let's go, co-host. Let's introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Linda Streeter, and look, I'm a counselor, mediator, coach, all of that, relationship, behavior coach, and life coach. And I'm an author. Two books, The Art of Manifesting Love, and the other one, The Power of Conflict.
There we go.
Yeah,
There
how
we
to
go.
help you work out the conflict. Yeah.
And Doug, I want to let you go ahead and introduce yourself and let them know who you are and who you are, because I don't know what I can say and what I can't say with you. So,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta be good.
First off, thank you for having me on, and appreciate you guys. My name is Doug Rashid, and I'm a record producer, mostly known for Gangsta's Paradise producing. Gangsta's Paradise. I also produced "Only God Can Judge Me" for Tupac, and another song "I'd Rather Be Nigga," and a bunch of other records.
Yes, and and
Cool.
and and the people you work for, I mean, you are written with, you produced with, because you
Yeah.
had what? Yeah, you produced with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of big names. Whitney Houston, Brandy, LL Cool J, of course Coolio and Tupac. A lot of Bay Area rappers, Richie Rich, the Loonies. The list goes on and on. There's a
Right, there
lot, a
we
lot of
go.
artists.
There we go. I get a lot of questions. Everybody asks me, like, Steve, okay, who gave you the right to talk about love, and who made you the doctor of love? And what reason do you have to be answering these questions? I'm gonna ask you that same questions because I know you have a little history, you have a age. So I told people it was a relationship. I've been in a few relationships, so I've been through a few things, so I can talk about love. How about you?
That question is for me. Yeah, I mean, I've had some long-term relationships, and so I got a little experience, a
Yeah,
little
all
bit of
right.
experience.
Okay, okay, and that's that's where it comes from. I call myself the doctor of love. I ain't no dang doctor. I just here to have fun and answer some questions.
Like Dr.
Answer
J
some.
back in the day. You're not a
There
real
you go.
doctor, but a
He wasn't the
doctor of
real doctor.
sorts.
There you go. There you go. Doctor of experience. Doctor of
Hmm.
experience. So go ahead, Linda. Let's take over the show. What you got for us?
Okay, so we have some pretty good questions here. I think Toya was busy today.
Oh yeah, she asked a whole
Yeah,
lot of questions.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, a lot of questions. So what we're going to try to do is not spend too much time in case we get some during the broadcast. We don't
Uh-huh.
want to spend too much time on one question, and hopefully we can get through to live as well as the one that we received previously earlier today.
Okay.
So the first one, and this is certainly a question for you two. Why do
Okay.
grown men play games with women and not just be honest as to what he wants from her? Relationship, sex, or friendship?
You're gonna have to
You want
ask
me?
me that again, slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do grown men play games with women and not just be honest as to what he wants from her? A relationship, sex, or friendship?
Hmm. You want to
Why
take
can't
that
he?
first, or is that for me?
Well,
It's for all of us. It's for all
but
three of us.
Okay,
So
no, that's a guy question there, I
but
think.
yeah,
I'll get
okay.
some feedback, but I certainly think that you two can shed light on that one.
what you got, Doug? What you
I
got,
got. I
Doug?
mean, in my opinion, when a guy does something like that, it's either because he doesn't know what he wants, or because he's just not being honest, and he's trying to get something for nothing. So he doesn't want to be honest. He's playing
Right,
games.
right. See, yeah. Usually, as in men, I spoke about it before. Men, we don't know what we want. We just go in there happy go lucky just to, get a first
Yeah.
date and then,
Hmm.
and just to hang out to see how far this is gonna go. We don't plan anything. We're not planners.
That's true.
Women are planners. We don't plan.
That's
We
true.
just go. We go to hang out to have a good time. If it turns into something, it turns into something. And so people always say, "Well, what do you want to do?" We don't plan. We don't make plans. We don't plan for dinner. We don't plan for anything. We just want to go. Women, that's you guys. You
That's true.
guys plan for everything. Okay, at 18, I'm graduating from high school. At 21, I'm graduating from whatever. Then I'm getting my PhD when I'm 25. And then at 30, I'm getting married. And then at 32, I want my first kids. You guys plan for everything. Men,
Everything.
we don't think about it. We just
Yeah.
live.
Just blowing in
So
the wind.
exactly.
So, so boy meets girl, and they have these conversations, and they kind of feel that there may be some chemistry. They kind of hit it off. And girl says to guy, "So what do you want? What are you looking for?"
We don't
That's
know.
I mean, ask that question again.
I said, so boy meets girl, girl meets boy, and they kind of hit it off, a little chemistry going on.
Hmm.
And they're talking, and they conversation maybe over the phone, maybe it's a couple of dates. And she says to him, "What do you want in a relationship? What are you looking for, or what do you want from me?" That's what this question is about. So if a woman asks a guy directly what he wants, if he's looking for a relationship, sex, or friendship. Because when I hear guys say, "Well, let's just see what happens," then that sounds to me. Now, what I gather from a conversation like that, well, let's just see what's going to happen. And I believe that there has to be some definition. Otherwise, we're just friends. So that means I
Right.
have to determine that we're just friends until he says something. But then I was told once, well, no guy's ever going to tell you that.
Right.
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't think that you can put all guys in one category. It just takes all types of guys. I mean, the reality, if you only been on a couple of dates and you already asking what do I want, I think you moving a little too fast.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I hope
Exactly.
whoever is, I'm sure now, Stephen, I can't see the chat. So I guess I need to open it up because you're going to get some replies and responses on that question, right?
Yeah. Hey, Doug, you can go to the right at the top where it say comments. If you click on that, you can read what people
All
are
right.
commenting on
Okay,
and
I
what they're
see the
saying.
box right there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Yeah.
Craig Swope. What's going
You
on?
know, I got to put my glasses on.
Hey, that's why I got mine on,
Yeah,
man,
I
because I
see
can't see.
that.
Yeah. Pam. Hey, baby. What's going on, Pam? Pam is
Uh-oh.
she's the one. She's the one that made me start this show. So
Yeah.
shout out to her.
So
Um,
and I use couple as as an example, but sometimes it can be even much longer than that, where you're trying to get some direction as to what you should do. And I want to tell you why a lot of women ask that question, because they're trying to determine if they're going to be intimate with the guy, and if they are, is it going to end at that? when he says, well,
Right.
we were just friends, we never said what this is.
Well, the
That's
thing is, if we have a good date with men, if we have a good date, then okay, then we're gonna go to the next one, and then we're gonna go to the next one. See, women, you guys try to put us, you try to put a guy on the spot to say, okay, in 2 weeks we're gonna go out, and then we're gonna get engaged,
Yep.
and then we're
Yep.
gonna be married, and then we're gonna have kids. We can't. We don't work like that.
That's right.
We don't have a schedule like that. Women
okay.
have schedules like that. We don't think anything like that. You know, so
That's
I
true.
don't know if we have like schedules are not, well, I never did anyways, but I don't know, like, you know, this whole timeline that we're going to meet, and then within this X amount of time, we're going to determine if we're boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. And then from that point, we're going to say, okay, we're going to talk about marriage. I think all of that is a little fast too. I think the issue here is, what do you do in a relationship in the interim of developing that relationship to determine what direction it's going to go? And see, my rule behind that is that I think that, you know, there should be some boundaries in the relationship as you get to discover one another. Because
Mm.
people go into the intimacy part too quickly. And
That's
then
cool.
3 months
That's
down the line, discover that, you know, you're really not it. And when you have problems, the problem comes up if there's been some crossing of those lines. Wherever sex and money is involved, there's going to be a problem later when someone decides that this is not it.
Mm-hmm.
right,
But anyway, I think Toya can shed some light on that question. I think she's the one who asked if we didn't cover it.
right.
So
Okay,
I
well,
think that's maybe where she was going with it.
You know what? I think also that, you know, problems can arise because feelings change. You know, if you get started, you think things are a certain way, or even if a guy tells the truth. I've known situations where a guy came out truthfully in the beginning and still it blew up in his face later. It doesn't matter because
Yeah,
feelings can change. You know, people change. You get into it, all of a sudden now one person's feeling one way, the other person's not. Now you got an
yeah,
issue.
yeah,
yeah. And then you stuck because if you told her something at the beginning, and then she's gonna start saying you changed, you're a liar.
Right.
This is what you told me. You told me you was in
that's
love with
true.
me, and you was a. I'm like, you guys try to put this on us, and you can't because it's like when we say something that's not true, or if we change our mind the next day,
Right.
then you know you guys think of it as law. It's not law. Things change every
That's
day.
right.
They
Okay.
change every day. So
It's
you know,
See, and well, it makes a lot of sense to me. And you know, and Stephen, you've heard me say this before when I tell everyone you need to slow it down. Just slow down.
right,
You can't
slow it
rush.
down.
You can't rush love, and you can't rush a relationship. You can't rush commitment.
It
So
is.
you
That's
must
right.
slow down and take your time to gather the data, information, you know, the interests to determine where you're going. And I still believe that you have to keep some clear boundaries in that, because women easily, men don't, I know, because you all can, you know, do the sex thing and remain detached. But that's difficult for a woman to do. And that's why she must slow her roll, because the moment they engage sexually, the bonding starts, and she thinks that I'm in a relationship, and sex is not a relationship.
But
That's
that's
right.
not all. That's also not true across the board, though. What if it's
That's
bad
true.
sex?
Yeah, that's right.
What if it's bad sex? Then they gonna go to their friends and talk about it, and then they don't want to be with you because you know some women are just
No, no,
some
I'm
women
not.
think like men. Some women think like men, so it goes both
That's
ways.
true.
I firmly believe that you know, like, it could go either way. You know, she could not like the sex either, and so
Right,
do.
exactly.
But the question becomes then if people continue to experiment, and you know, and I think this is where people get hurt and get this here whole, you know, this attitude that there are no good men or no good women out there. They're all this way, and you just have to use your judgment. I think.
Yeah.
I don't.
But you just, like you said earlier, you got to take your time. If you
Yeah, take
rush
your
into
time.
the sex part, you just need to be prepared for things to either work out or not. And that's just how it is, because you don't really know a person until you spend time with them. And even then, you know, they can change late in,
Yeah.
you know, a long time. And people change even a year later or 5 years or 10 years.
And I
Yeah.
think after I think, well, at some point, like 5, 10 years, if you're still with the person, do believe that, you know, you grow to love, and you start realizing that love is not so much of feeling as it is the commitment and the genuine fondness for a person, you know. And if you engage in the sex part of it too early, you know, again, it takes a little while to know if you're really into a person
That's right.
sometimes. You know, you've been around them a while. You start thinking the more you learn. You know, I talk about this window that we disclose information, you know, according to the Johara window, whereby, you know, this self-disclosure window is kind of closed. And then, you know, and then the, you know, the part that you should, that Stephen, you call the person that's, you know, the representative. That's the undisclosed part of it.
Yes,
Okay?
that too.
Yep, you bring the
So
representative.
this part is that representative is closed. It's not sharing much information. They want you to see the person being presented. And then the information that they're to disclose is very tight. But as you get to know each other, that undisclosed part of yourself should start to open up more. And I think as that opens, people can determine at that point, like if they like each other or not. But hurt feelings are involved because they may engage in sex, exchanging sex and money a little too early, and you discover you don't like him or he don't like you, and someone feels played.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go on to another question. Hey, let me ask this question. It's from Carmelita Gray. She's asking it.
Okay.
She says, "Are there any straight Christian men that are looking to establish meaningful relationship with a woman over 60?"
That sounds like she's looking for something real specific.
Actually, she's with. That's funny. She's with me right now. She just typed it up. I'm sitting at a table.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at a table and with like 15 people, and she just typed it up. She's with me, so she just asked that.
You might want to check the room.
Exactly. Well, we all family here. So she. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean that's a good question, of course, but I think that, you know, in the longer you live and the more self-assured your identity builds, you know, the wisdom you gain through life, that window of opportunity gets narrower because your criteria gets narrower for what you're looking for. You're a little bit more self-assured in terms of what you want and what you're looking for. So I think sometimes that the older you get, because you exercise more scrutiny than you used to, it's hard to come across Mr. Right.
Yeah.
You know?
And my question is,
my
question is, what is a Christian man?
Right.
You know, because I know Christians, minister, pastors, whatever you want to call them, they foul into anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got the most babies in the church.
In some cases, that's true.
So I think we're looking at the wrong, you know, y'all looking for the wrong person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know, look, if it's important that they're Christian, that's you know, that's good. You know what you want, but they come in all types in Christianity as well.
Right.
Very true. And you certainly cannot select a person just based on the fact, you know, I mean, I don't even call it Christian because I think that denominations and religion is what mess people up, you know.
Yeah.
I tend to look at people from a God consciousness and which carries integrity, their character, as opposed to whether or not you're a Christian, because you're right. They're just as jacked up that name the name of Christ sometimes.
That's
Absolutely.
Right. Even worse. Shout out to Johnny Stanley, Mary Bridges. Toy is on here right now.
Hi, Toy. All you ladies, gentlemen.
Yeah, look, my brother on there, Anthony Perry. I got Anthony. His hat on. He's happy.
Oh, there you go. Hey, where are you from? I need everybody to know where you from, Doug.
Oh yeah, we grew up in San Diego, Morse High School, Morse Tigers. Right down the way from you, Stephen.
That's right. Lincoln High in the house.
Grew up in Skyline, so you know that's home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that?
Oh, okay. I was talking to someone. My sister is in the room with me. One of my sisters.
Okay. And Pam says you guys don't have schedule. Women don't have schedules. You guys just don't want us to waste their time.
Right.
So
that goes back.
I think it goes both ways. I'm just going to be honest, because I've had times when look, dude, I just don't want to waste your time either. So, but
Yeah.
I think what we can do with it is at least tell a person, because I do think that you may not be 100% sure because anything can happen. But I
Yeah,
think most times we kind of know
you know.
if we see potential in someone as
And
for a
you know, it boils down
relationship.
to honesty. Honesty. Be
Yeah,
honest with the person.
honesty is what that is. Just be honest with the person. If you only see them as a friend, hey, I tell you in a moment, we can be friends. No. And I
Mhm.
think that's what that question was about. But let's go to the next one. A lot of times. So the next question I have here is, why are women so trusting and forgiving to men who repeatedly hurt them?
Hmm.
Say that again. I'm
Why
listening to
are
some things.
women so trusting and forgiving toward men who repeatedly hurt them?
Ooh. You know what
Hey,
I
that's
think?
a good
That's a
question.
good question. You know what I think? I think that in some cases, because they're afraid they won't find someone better, they've gotten used to that guy, and even though it's been maybe up and down,
Hmm.
they feel like, hey, I know this guy, I know what to expect. I'm gonna get back with him, and rather than start over with someone else,
Okay.
could be worse.
What do you think, Stephen, to that one?
Man, ask the question again. Dang, hey, they singing birthday. I gotta go on mute. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Hold on a second. So the question was, why are women so trusting and forgiving toward men who repeatedly hurt them?
Probably, probably because I don't know, man. I can't answer that. I'm not a
Yeah,
woman.
that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Okay.
I can't answer that. It's we all go through things. We all get hurt. But we
Yeah,
Yeah.
strong. We are resilient. We strong
Well,
people. And what is when it comes down to hurt? What is really hurt? You know
mhm.
what I'm saying?
hmm
You can be hurt.
yeah,
You can be hurt and still happy with somebody. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
And
it,
also, it's a matter of self-esteem in some cases. If a woman has high self-esteem, she's not going to allow that. She's going to move on, and she won't be
right,
afraid to be alone. Sometimes
There
if you
right.
you
don't believe you can, you don't believe you can move on and find someone because maybe your self-esteem doesn't allow
go.
you to feel confident about it. So you
Doug,
accept what you
Doug,
got.
yeah, Doug, I love what you just said because I think you just hit it. I've said this before on the show, and I used to tell my daughter this: never be a needy person, a needy
Yeah.
woman. There are you require things, but you not needy. You don't need. You have to learn to be self-sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
good self-esteem, your own self-efficacy and self-confidence in who you are. Because I believe what we accept as behavior toward us, it could be male or female, that's accepting
Mm-hmm.
repeatedly hurt or disrespectful behavior. When someone says,
Yeah.
if you hurt me, I'm thinking cheating. And in some cases,
Mm-hmm.
it may be abuse, physical abuse. And you stay with that person. There's nothing pious about someone abusing you when you stand in a relationship. There is
Yeah.
nothing, there's no humility in being disrespected and staying in a relationship or to say you love people, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have to make that decision to love folks at a distance. And
Yeah.
so while loving them and forgiving them, we should, I believe that we should carry that in us, because you don't
Yeah.
want, you remain attached to anything you can't forgive. But when it comes to expectations and how you want to be treated, if you offer yourself the right amount of self-love, you will require that from the man that you're in a relationship with.
That's
You
right.
you know, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's how I see it. But I like the
Yeah.
self-esteem part of it because that's a big piece of it.
Yeah. I've instilled that in my daughter as well from very young age, and
Hmm.
try to make sure that she understands her self-worth.
Yeah. Love doesn't hurt. There's no
Yeah.
love in someone repeatedly hurting you.
Hey, Toy seemed like she's been through some things too. She says women are learning because they want to play the same game men play.
Oh, baby.
I, I don't know if we
You
play
see what
games.
Troy Moore said?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if we play games. I just don't think we know what we're gonna do. Our next move is, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Our we live to survive. That's what man, we hunt and we survive. We hunt to
Yeah.
survive. We don't know the plan, the next plan, because our plans change every day. You know, it changes every day. If we're not changing, then we're not growing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're hunters. We got to eat. We got to learn to eat. We got to get out there and, you know, if it's not going, if you make a right and it's the wrong move, then you're gonna have to swivel and go back to the left. So we don't play games. We just don't know what we're gonna do next. That's all it is.
Oh, I believe that. I really believe that sometimes you guys are confused about what you want to do.
What makes it more confusing? What makes
Oh,
it worse?
I truly believe you all, and you know, especially now. I'm thinking that most of this audience have to be people over 40, I believe. And if you've been living 40, 50 years, you should have sensed, you should be smelling, you know, the game by now, or commitment, or where someone is really interested in you before you start going. And I think women go in so quickly a lot of times. They start giving, buying, you know, just open themselves like this open door before they realize, you know, understand where the guy is coming from. And that's why they feel that all these games are going on and he's constantly hurting them, but they didn't take time. Slow down, ladies, just slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. And I'm not saying let a man be a man. I'm not saying let a man be a man, but women get mad at men because we don't give them the answer they want to hear. You know, we can give you an answer, but then if it's not the answer you want to hear, they keep on drilling it to you. And you know, I'm like, I already answered that. You know what you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You know, I was truthful, you know.
I've had that experience.
They just ask questions. Mary Bridges, shout out. Tina Marie, I see you. Troy said 60 ain't nothing but a number.
Should we go to the next question?
You run the show.
All right. Well, hopefully that answered your question, you guys. You make some comments and Stephen will read them. What's something that sparks a man's attention from a woman? Now that is certainly you two guys.
From a woman, yeah.
What's something that sparks a man's attention from a woman? In other words, what can a woman do that will spark a man's attention?
Well, every man is an individual. So what sparks me is class. Class and just that, because class is sexy to me. If you classy, then I'm like, oh, okay, she got class. I don't like a woman with her clothes all off, and I don't even pay attention to them. I don't like that. I like a woman with class. That's the first thing that gets me. If you have class, you can't go around being a loud mouth and cussing everybody out and yelling at, you know. If you got class, that's the number one thing.
That's you. Okay.
I think that's very common too, Stephen. I think a lot of men, because I'm the same way. Class, confidence, class. You know, if you get your clothes off and you're just doing that, that's sexually attractive, but it is not attractive for, you know, in a way of somebody wanting to really, you know, say settle down with you, marry you.
I have to move the camera for a moment.
Okay.
No worries. So that's absolutely true. So the thing is, a part of class is a woman. When we see class, we can say, oh, she has a chance of taking me to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with class is going to take you to a next level. But somebody just out there, you know, they ain't going to do nothing for you. They just sleep in the sleep bed. What I don't want to say. There you go. It's just a jump off.
That's right.
So sounds like what I'm hearing is that ultimately a guy is also looking for more than just, you know,
jump off.
Yeah.
Right. He's looking for substance. Because I heard you say something about that can take him to the next level.
Yeah. It also depends on how old the guy is too. Now, when you're a teenager,
you looking for that? No.
I mean, you know, when you get my age, I mean, you know, I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm mostly, some of y'all already know. But you know, you get to a certain point in your life, you know, that you want some substance. You want to be really involved in something with some substance in it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's right. Okay, I want to give another shout out because Anthony Perry, I see, you know, that B100 hat. What does that B100 hat stand for? You know, because we want to give him a shout out.
This is my brother's company. He's got a clothing company, and it's B100. It's called It is what was his crowdsportswear.com. He got some nice stuff. I'm impressed. He's got
What
some
is it
nice
called again? What sportswear is it?
crowdsportswear.com.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we got a black-owned company out here. Y'all need to go represent, baby.
Cool.
You know, it just takes some of us to go, buy from him, go to his website, and see what we can get. And I see right below him is Angela Harris. Angela, she is one of those Amazon people. Man, she has about 1 billion trucks in San Diego. I think, did she go to Morris? I don't know. Yeah, she has so many trucks in San Diego. She runs Amazon, so she's high up in Amazon.
Yeah,
so shout out to
I know Angela from when I was a kid.
There you go.
We lived on the same block.
And how you got the same block and y'all this kid and she was only 21. Now I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
When she was a baby.
There you go. She was a baby.
She was just a little baby.
Okay, let's go to something else.
So next question here comes from, who is this? Oh no, that was from last week. Sorry about that. Steve, you resent the ones from last week too, didn't you?
Yeah, I sent a whole bunch of stuff. And Toy, okay, let's go to another Toy question. She says, why do some people think they really need to wait 90 days before having sex when people are grown, have needs, and wants and desires? I never even paid attention to no 90-day.
That's kind of.
We don't play that. I think that's a woman thing.
But listen, let me. I got a comment on that because I see it like this: if you grown and you feel like you want to get into that, then be ready for the consequences if it don't work out.
Exactly.
You can't have it both ways. Understand what you're getting involved in, and it is what it is. You can't. Because I get that you are grown, and if you want to have sex, and before that, you grown, you should be able to do it. But at the same time, you ought to be also grown enough to understand what those consequences could be.
Exactly, because I know guys that had sex with a woman their first night and they married them, and they still together. So whatever, it's no time limit on having sex. Ladies have sex, men have sex. Just be careful, and don't be looking to get married, right away. You got to build. It takes time to build that relationship. So, do what you do. I mean, if you just want to go out there and have fun, you got to put in your mind, this is what we're going to do. Yeah. Don't go try to have sex with somebody in the first night and he's like, oh, I'm gonna marry him. No.
Look, marriage is the thing you got to be careful because marriage that's the real deal.
That's the
marriage.
Real
you
deal.
Get in marriage. That's not you involved in something that's a whole lot more binding than having sex.
So I have a question for you guys. Would sex on a first date or before you really got to know a person, would you still consider that a classy person?
Yes, to me. I mean, if you have class, you have class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. Sex has nothing to do with class. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole.
I would have to admit though, Steve. It would make me a little bit suspect.
I'm trusting Steven. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying.
I'm like, okay, we're
still be
classy.
She might still be classy, but it would make me suspicious about what she does, or how she's living her life.
I don't think so.
So that goes back to let's say she's never done that before, and both of y'all just clicked and felt each other that night, and it just happened. You know what I'm saying? That don't take the class away from her.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way. Truly, we have relationship issues in society. And they all stem from how quickly people get engaged sexually, because sex has a tendency to blur people's vision. Common sense and rationale can lead people, when they start to engage sexually, because there's a deeper level that you're going to. It's not as easy or as simple. I mean, the sexual act is over with, but you know what? Something starts to transpire internally within people. And we all know the issues that we've had. You've seen Miss Psycho, you've seen Mr. Psycho, because they get involved sexually, and then someone decides, well, no, this is not what I want. We never said this was a relationship. Well, if that's how you felt, why did you have sex with me so quickly? And all of these questions that come out of it. If it was so cut and dry as that you can have sex. Now, I'm not saying how long a person has to wait to have sex, because I believe anyone can play a game long enough. If a man is a hunter and he's going to wait it out to get, if he needs to wait 90 days and he really want it, trust me, he's going to do what he needs to do to get that in 90 days. So I think taking that rule out of it and really going back to the basic of what's the purpose in this relationship? You have to have some idea where this is going before you start. Now, this is just me. Before you engage.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, sex, you got to remember, sex, it creates a spiritual connection. I think women are more susceptible to that, to those effects. Where, you know, once they have sex with a man, they become spiritually connected to that man, whether they knew up front or not that it was just sex. Sometimes it doesn't matter. They're still gonna flip out if he's, you know, even if he told her, look, it is what it is. It's just some sex, and it is what it is. And then a month or two later, she's going crazy when he wants to move on or he's with someone else.
And you know, I think I mentioned this last week, Stephen, like from a biological perspective, the chemical reaction that happens during sexual intercourse between a male and a female. Women, true, are more emotional. But again, when she engages with a man sexually, she's a receiver. She's receiving from him. There is a spiritual depthness to that. There is something that happens in the brain. Again, the chemical oxytocin that is released in the brain. And that is a chemical that creates bonding and attachment toward whatever is generating that. So if it's from a baby, mother bonds with her child. If it's from a man, bonding deeper with that guy. And although she may have gone into the relationship saying, yeah, I know we said that, you know, blah, 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 we're just going to be friends with benefits. It never worked. Those relationships are short-lived when people go into those with friends with benefits. Those don't work because a woman's makeup does not allow her to be sexually active with a man and remain detached.
Yes, and you know what? When a woman, by the time a woman gets a certain age, she ought to know that and understand that.
Well, yeah, she should, but
she should know that.
She should. But I don't know what's happened there. Any comments on the screen there, Stephen?
I can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, man.
I keep going on mute. I put myself on mute because it's loud up in this winter. They eating dessert right now. But Toy told me to stop answering questions with questions and answer the damn question. I love you, Toy.
Say what you mean.
Hey. But it's my job to run the show too. So I got to put more questions out there also. But hey, Linda, make me answer the question if I don't answer the question. That's your job.
Oh, to make the answer.
Just say, Steve, you didn't answer the question. Okay, what's your answer? You know, that's your job.
I'll point it out, but you know you always go the long way around anyway.
I know. Where are we?
Say hi to my sister, Betty. Hi. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Mama? How you doing?
Better, Stephen. When she was out in San Diego,
hey, what's happening? When y'all coming back? Come back to San Diego.
Thank you.
Y'all come back to San. Y'all come back and we get on my boat and just cruise the bay.
Coming back. But no, I got a few things. I'm going to Seattle in July, so I'm thinking maybe when I come back from there. You know, I like to go. Yeah.
Oh, I know. She all over the place, man. You like the wind, just everywhere. Pretty much like me. You know, pretty much like me. I'm just happy I'm getting a good reception right now.
So, I am. So let's try another here. Okay, I read that one. Okay. So men say they want an aggressive.
You're going in and out.
You going in and out.
Not really. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So men say they want an aggressive woman who says what she wants, but then he will say that she's pushy.
You going out again?
Yeah, you're going in and out. I didn't hear the whole question.
That is so weird because
I can answer the first part though. The first part, I don't like aggressive women.
Right.
I don't like. Like I said, I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a hunter. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no woman coming after me. You know,
I'm the same way.
ever. Yeah, if you
I'm
coming
the same
after
way.
me, I'm really running. I'm really running. Yeah, always been like that. I don't like aggressive. I never did like aggressive women.
That's what she
That's a
meant.
turn off.
Yeah,
That's a turn off.
yeah.
I agree
So
with
you
that.
aggressive woman, you women are pushing. That stuff is what you're saying. You don't.
You still going in and out
I
to me.
think the phone may be trying to dial me. You guys,
Uh-oh.
I want to somebody can't hold but keep talking. Okay?
Woo, she done left
Yeah,
off.
she done left the building. And Anna Font said, we need to set standards. Women need to set standards. And she also said there's a shortage of men. That's why. And I don't know about
Who
that.
says it's
But
shortage of men?
a shortage of men. Font A.
Oh, font A. Okay, I see.
Said there's a shortage of
I
men.
don't
so.
think there's a shortage of men.
No, I don't think there is either. You know,
Yeah.
I think women tend to go after the wrong man or the same man. You know,
Some women, you know what?
Yeah.
I think people tend to have, they like what they like, they attract what they attract, and that's not
Right.
always good for them. That's the bottom line.
Right. Hey, Linda, if you there, hang up and just come right back. That might just reset it. So let me go to a question right there. Next, Marva, how important is it for wedding rings in a marriage? You want to answer that? How important is wedding rings?
That's important for women.
Exactly.
The entire wedding is important for women.
Rings don't mean a thing. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you a little short story because we need to hear you talk. Ladies, y'all think I don't wear jewelry. I'm married. I don't wear jewelry though. But my wife always wanted me, how come you're not wearing? She done bought me like 3 or 4 rings. And I'm like, you know what? I get more play wearing a ring than I get not wearing a ring. That is that true? You know what I'm saying? They come after you. Women love men that's taken. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all like for real.
It's true. Hey, Steve, I had a partner he wasn't married. He would wear a ring just to pull women in the club. This was back in the 90s.
Yep.
When I was in LA, he wore a ring a wedding ring into the clubs in order to help him pull more women, and it worked.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with that, but it's always been like that though. You know, it's always been like that. She's coming back on right now. Let me click her back in.
The hotel internet services, so I switch walls just to see.
That's right. Yeah, you're at a hotel. Where you at?
Yes. So,
Florida?
Yes, I'm in Florida.
We just asked a question of how important is it for wedding rings in a marriage, and we kind of gave our short answer that wedding rings are for women.
Yeah,
not for us.
Do y'all really think that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Absolutely.
It's true. It's a whole bunch of things. It's a whole bunch of things that are not for men. And I'm gonna name one of them. Makeup. Makeup is not for men.
Well,
makeup is for women. Women to look good in front of other women.
Wait a minute. Let's not put makeup on the same level as a wedding ring or band.
No, it's not on the same level.
It's not.
He didn't say it was on the same level. He just said it was important to women.
Yeah.
So I understand why you don't wear makeup, and I think the average woman does not have a problem with you not wearing makeup. But let's get back to this ring. Remember, answer the question, Stephen.
Okay, I answered it. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. Let me see. Let me see.
So let's think. If we go back to the purpose of a ring, then maybe we can understand: is it important for him to wear one? So a ring defines it established definition of whether or not 2 people are available or not. And so a woman is walking around with the ring on that if another guy's interested or whatever, he knows automatically that ring says she's married.
I think a ring is different for women than men. I wear my ring. I always wear it. I haven't taken it off since I got married, but you can look at what a man's wedding ring looks like and a woman's wedding ring looks like, and you can tell who it's more important to. I think it's women. It's more important to women than it is to men.
Well, let me put it this way. Maybe what I'm hearing you guys say is that it's not important to you.
Right.
But okay, is that what I'm hearing? It's not
Yes,
important
it's not
to you.
important at all.
It's
Okay.
important, but it's not as important as it
Okay.
is for women, I think.
Because
So
we don't
yeah,
go around looking for rings. Guys, have you ever went around to look at a woman to see if she got a ring on her finger? I don't.
No.
well, you don't.
I don't.
But okay, so well, you're married. I can't even ask you that. But before you were married,
My wife is.
okay, before your wife is.
No, she's sitting right across from me.
No, what I'm saying is that okay, before you were married, are you going to tell me when you were out scouting, whatever you were doing, when you saw a woman that grabbed your attention, you weren't concerned whether or not she was married? You didn't look for any signs to determine if she was married before you engaged in the conversation?
Me personally, if I saw a wedding ring, I wouldn't say anything to her.
That's the point. That's the only point I'm making right there.
Yeah.
Same way with the woman.
But we said when you were offline, we were
wow.
talking about.
Yep, we
I
talked
got friends that back in the day, they used to wear wedding rings to pull more women, and they weren't even married.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
Women love married. Women love married men.
Mm-hmm.
They love married men.
Yeah, they wear the
For
wedding
real.
ring just to pull more women.
Yeah, they sure do. It's like I ain't even gonna. I gotta say politically correct, so I ain't gonna say it. But
I guess maybe it would be up to the two people if you're married to him and her, for them to determine if that's important for them, if that's a value that they hold. Back to right and wrongs, as I always say, as long as two people in a relationship are on the same accord with it, there's no right and wrong to it. You do whatever works for you. But if you're in a relationship with someone who appreciates that and wants to be identified as Mrs. in your life, I would think that you would do that as well, if that's what you want.
Toy asked me a question too. She asked Miss Toy says, Doug Rashid, what makes you wear your ring and what does it represent? And it does represent an importance to me. I just don't think it carries the same weight for me as it does for my wife. Her ring for her, and in general, I agree with Stephen on that. But for me, it represents my marriage, the sanctity of it. So
right.
it means something. I'm not saying, hey, my ring doesn't mean anything. It does, but my ring is it's just a band. My wife's ring is a big diamond, and it's got all these parts, and
But see, and that's the only point I'm making right there again.
Mm-hmm.
It is important. Right. For most people, I think it is. And I think that from a woman's perspective, and I know I can't speak for all women, but from a woman perspective, it's very meaningful to her when her man wears his ring. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't want to be a woman basher. My wife gets on me all the time. I don't want to be a woman basher, but I'm telling you, it all comes back to women wanting to impress other women. That's it. Men, we are so simple.
Look, Steve, now hold up. I'm gonna have to depart a little bit, because I think men are quite the same in that way. We want to impress men as well, but not in the same way. Not by the way we look, but sometimes in other ways. Money, stature, power. So we look to impress as well.
Yeah, that's true. I stand corrected.
But not necessarily. We're not looking to impress another man by how we look, though.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think maturity too. I mean, when you're in your 20s, we thought a certain way. But a lot of, even with some of this now, as you get older, life should carry more substance to you. Your man in your life, the woman in your life should carry more substance and more value. And to the point where it's not about impressing other people. It's about us impressing each other, because I'm proud of you. I value you. And when two people are in that mix there, that's what impresses people, because we know things, rings and cars and all, you can have a truckload of that stuff, but at the end of the day, if you're unhappy in a relationship, that's the thing right there that can make you most miserable and even suicidal in some cases, to have all that stuff and not have love. So, when you pull it down to where we are, the level that we are, we're talking substance here. What are we giving each other?
Right.
Right.
Did you see Tasha Cornwell Clark's comment about her husband's ring.
What'd she say?
Man.
She said, I bought my husband 3 rings, one with diamonds, a plain band, and a rubber ring. He loves that damn rubber ring. It's probably the
Oh.
most comfortable one, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
My wife bought me 3 rings. I don't wear none of them. I never could wear jewelry. I never could.
Yeah.
Then I finally got a necklace and I put it around my neck, and that bothered me. So I don't
Anybody
wear
knows
jewelry
me
at all.
knows I don't wear jewelry either, but I
Yeah, I
do
don't
wear
wear
the
jewelry.
ring. Though.
Yeah, it irritates me. Let's go to some questions from any questions on here, because I'm trying to answer questions that's
That's
on the
okay.
track. Yeah, because I can't keep up. Doug, you way in front of me. You see any questions?
Okay.
I'm scroll down to the
DoorDash, I see
bottom,
you.
so I don't know. I guess if we going down in order.
Okay.
But
So
down the bottom is
I think
current.
I have something else here that we got earlier.
Uh-huh.
What's the biggest mistake a woman makes when she's interested in a man, and what effect does it do to the man? That's an interesting question.
Answer that again.
Yeah, I'm not
Answer that
Okay.
again. Answer that again.
What's the biggest mistake a woman makes when she's interested in a man, and what effect does it have on the man?
You want to say
sure
that?
if I know how to answer that question.
I don't either. What's the
Okay,
biggest
go.
mistake? Okay, let's do the part A. It looks like it's part A and a part B. So part A says, what's the biggest mistake a woman makes when she's interested in a man?
The biggest mistake is being aggressive, over aggressive.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree with that.
yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, being over aggressive.
When she's acting desperate.
When she asks desperate, because
Well,
that runs
or
off.
pushy,
Or push.
not necessarily desperate. Could be pushy too.
Yeah.
That's desperate.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
desperate.
When you pushy, that it kind of scares us away
Desperate.
because
Yes.
because hunters don't like to be hunted.
Mhm.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
we're hunters, and like why are you hunting me? That's my job. You know,
Oh, I think they got that.
that's my
I
job.
think that answered that question there.
That's the kind of man I'd be looking for right there.
Okay, that's the kind you're looking for, baby.
I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. Put her on camera. I'm right here, baby.
I don't like to pursue no man. I just say,
Don't worry, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Well, I see a question over here from Pam Taylor. I don't know if it's in the. It says, "How old are you, Doug? We want to know."
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'm 58.
he's asking me.
No, someone
Oh.
asked Doug, how was he?
Dang, Doug, you 58, man. We
I'm
we
58.
right up this. We same. We right
Yes,
up.
sir. Well, we
I
gotta
don't
be.
even
Think
know how old
about
I
it.
am. Hey, how old am I, Janine?
He forgot.
I'm 57 or 56. Am I 57 or 56? I'm 57. Man, I be
57, you
forgetting
right
how
behind
old,
me, man.
I'm right, bro. I'm right
Right there.
there, man. Come on. You was at Morris when I was at Lincoln. Come
When
on,
you was at
man.
Lincoln, yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you. We got to be the same age.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
So now
Yeah.
I got to ask part 3 to that same question.
All right.
So what's something a man wants a woman to do if she's interested in him?
Oh, that sounds good. That's a good question.
That's
How
a good
should she
question.
let him? What's something a woman should do? Wait a minute, no. What's something a man wants a woman to do if she's interested in him? So, guy caught girl's eye. She doesn't see any ring, by the way, and she's thinking,
What's a classy thing to do? I would
What's
say
there you go. What's a classic thing she would do to
Yeah.
let him know that she's interested?
a class. If they're at a restaurant or a
Mhm.
bar, send him a drink or something.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Something like that.
Send him a drink. You know,
I like that.
Just do something to just spark his interest, his attention.
Yeah. Something
And
that's
lets
not
him-
real thirsty though, you know.
Yeah,
not too thirsty.
Like you all up in his face, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug,
Don't
No,
give him
don't be
that. Don't
acting-
give him that. Come get me
don't be
look.
acting
Yeah.
thirsty.
Yeah. That thirsty look is a mug, man. That's what scares you away. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. So that was a good one. So I like to send him a drink. You any suggestions from you, Doug, that she could do?
No,
What
I
would
agree
you
with
like
him.
to-
Something like that, but just steer away from sexual advances because
Yeah.
then it just takes away. Unless that's just what you really want, you know.
Okay.
because a lot of men may want that too, and probably do, and would just take
Yeah. Just take
Yeah.
it.
it. Yeah.
Okay. But the classic thing would be send them a drink that's possible. And then
Maybe a note,
secondly,
even
yeah,
drink, no.
note. Oh, okay. That's cute too. That's cool. Send them a
Mhm.
business card with a note on it, huh?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
You know, something that's subtle.
Subtle.
Something. If you're in a club, I say if you and a friend was together, go ask him to dance. Both of
There
you.
you go.
Both of you. You know,
Okay.
that way I don't know if it's her or her, you know, if I'm interested. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just spark their attention and then let him pick
Yeah,
you.
but you know that's risky.
Make
You might go for the other one.
it for real, right?
Your friend.
That's risky right there, boy.
Well, for the other woman, when you guys go up and ask them to dance, just say, my boyfriend will be coming back soon, or my husband will
There
come
you
back.
go.
That'll let
You got that
that'll let
plan.
that'll
So,
let us know that
That you're
this
safe.
one is taken and the other
That-
one is single.
Oh,
You
and
know
that's the one who's sent you the note. Okay. Okay.
what I'm saying? Yes.
All right,
yes.
ladies, you all heard that. That came straight from the guy's mouth. I'm going to let them have that one. Those were good tips. But I have to ask this question here. This is from someone named Trippy. She says, I used to think that after a year of breaking up, wait a minute, did I go down far enough? I used to think that after 1 year of breaking up, one would be completely over the person. What would be the reason if they are not over that person? What is a reasonable amount of time to grieve and be over that person?
It's different for every person.
I think it varies.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can take longer than a year. It can take less than a month.
Yeah, exactly. It could take a lifetime. If somebody touched your heart, then
Yeah.
you're gonna be with them.
Exactly.
You're gonna be with them forever. You know what I'm saying? And
And
everybody
there
I
could
went
be
out with,
connections like children. You got children together. You can't get away from them. You know what I mean? You got,
Yeah.
you know, it just depends on the situation.
Okay.
yeah. So,
And that's good there. So here's another one here. What's this saying here? Okay. Okay. Let me see. Dr. Love, since you are going to be live streaming from the Bunny Ranch, is that from this week or the last one? Stephen, you're confusing me. I think you sent me too many messages.
I don't know. I sent you so many messages.
You
Oh, that's
sent me
my
too
guy,
many.
the Bunny Ranch. What's the Bunny Ranch? Is that in Vegas? I think I was going to Vegas on that one. I think
Okay.
that's a strip club or something on it. I don't know. That's one of my guys.
Okay. So that was from before. Okay, so there are so many women right now that won't admit to this, that took the drug dealer over and the thug over the classic man.
It's a
Yeah.
common conception. I don't call it a misconception. It's pretty
Oh, you
common.
did.
It's common, especially at an early age. Because when I was
when
in
they're
high
young,
school, when I was in high school, nobody was choosing me. A lot of people had crushes on me, but they wasn't choosing me because I was too nice of a guy. They would always take the thug or the drug dealer or whatever, and it always happened like that.
Right? Excitement
Until
and adventure.
until you got older. Now they all on you. You know
Mhm.
what was that song? Back then you didn't want me.
You didn't know me, now you all on me or something.
Something like that. That's how it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know that piece. Hey, Pam. Okay, Pam. You know what? We got 1 minute left. I'm telling about Pam. You know, Pam is pretty much the producer. You and Linda. Do we go longer or do we cut it off? Because the hour went too fast. Do we keep going or what? Because Doug, we gotta have, man.
Yeah.
You call it, Linda. You call it.
I don't know. You have questions on the screen. I think I'm down. I'm trying not to duplicate anything, but I think I'm at the end here
We gotta go.
of what I have here now. Do you have some on the screen? Because that is what I have not been keeping up with because I was reading from the ones that you sent.
Right, it's a million of them on the screen.
Yeah,
No, I think we're gonna have to end it. But this is what's gonna happen. Doug, you got to come back, man.
Oh yeah,
You have-
I loved it.
you gotta
Man. I
come back.
enjoyed it.
I'm
I'll
gonna
come
say
back.
it. Yeah, you gotta come. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks, you gotta
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back because we gotta look at all these questions on here that everybody's answering, and we're gonna get him on here again because
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
the hour went too fast. We didn't even play a song. We didn't even do. Man, it's personal questions that I wanted to ask you on here, but you know, like
Okay.
we try to stay to our hour, and
Okay.
the hour it's an hour exactly right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I want to thank everybody for coming out. And
Thank
what
you.
y'all want to say? What y'all want to say before we get out of here?
I have, well, for me, it's just been a great time as always, and it gets more interesting. So I really like the dialogue. A lot of time women are talking about relationships, but rarely do you find guys to get involved in the conversation. So I
Mhm.
appreciate you guys and doing this because you're answering questions that women have had for so many years and couldn't get those answers because, you know, if you're talking to a guy, he's going to be very careful about how he answers your question. So
Mhm.
with a
Yeah.
forum like this, where there's no, you know, getting trapped in what I said to you kind of thing, it creates a more open dialogue. So I appreciate that.
Yep, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here to answer all your questions. And just because your question's not answered right now, we're coming back to the questions on the screen. So Doug has promised to come back in 2 or 3 weeks and
Yep.
answer some more because this was
Come back.
fun. You know, this was fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
it
gonna
is.
get to it. So thanks, Doug, for coming out,
All
man.
right.
You
Thank
are
you
the
guys for
man.
having me.
Yeah,
All right.
and we waiting for more Grammys and more hits from you.
I'm
You know what
working
saying?
on
That's
some
what we
things. I'm
looking-
working.
That's right.
You see the
Okay.
studio in the background. This
Oh,
is my
yeah.
this is my little dungeon down here. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
working hard.
Is that where the Grammys was done? The songs were done in that studio? Or were
This
you
is
living
where it's
somewhere else?
done. This is where the
Oh,
magic happens.
There we go. There we go. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna sign out, and we love y'all. And
Good
in a
night.
few weeks he'll be back. Y'all be
Okay. Good night, everyone.
All right, y'all
All right.
take care.
All
Good night.
right.